Hi, this is Fatima Gradevsky, Policy Director with NPHI, and this is the weekly policy update for March 12th through March 18th. First up, Javier Becerra has been confirmed as the next Secretary for the Department of Health and Human Services. NPHI is pleased to hear that Secretary Becerra has now been confirmed, and we look forward to working with him and others at HHS. As a reminder, Secretary Becerra specifically committed to advancing end-of-life care and advanced care issues during his Senate Finance Committee confirmation hearing. The commitment specifically came as a result of a question from Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, who mentioned his long-standing work on end-of-life care issues. And you can read Mr. Becerra's commitment in the quote below. Next up, CMI has released the request for applications for a second cohort of participants in the Primary Care First model. The seriously ill population, or SIP component of the model, remains under review, and this RFA is not soliciting applicants for the SIP component of PCF. Applications are due April 30th, 2021. Providers who want to join under this RFA would not be able to enter into the SIP track and could only enter through the general track. This announcement applies to providers who have not yet entered the Primary Care First model and want to join beginning in 2022. The providers who are already part of the PCF model are considered Cohort 1 of PCF, and the new providers entering in 2022 would be Cohort 2. Next up, Senators Jeanne Shaheen and Susan Collins have introduced legislation to extend the Sequestration Moratorium until the end of the public health emergency. The Senate legislation resembles House Bill H.R. 1868, but the Senate and House would need to reconcile key differences between the bills. This includes the length of the moratorium itself. H.R. 1868 would specifically extend the moratorium through December 31st, 2021. It also includes provisions to ignore the budgetary effects of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 for the purposes of avoiding automatic budget cuts. NPHI supports the Senate's version of the legislation for the moratorium, given that the end of the public health emergency remains in doubt. It would also provide our members with more certainty over the impact of the sequestration during the pandemic. We also urge Congress to pass legislation to avoid triggering the automatic budget cuts. Medpack has also released its March 2021 report to Congress recommending that there be no update to the 2021 hospice payment rate and to reduce the aggregate cap by 20%. As a reminder, Medpack serves in an advisory role to Congress, and its recommendations do not carry the force of law. NPHI strongly disagrees with its first recommendation, given that it is based on a narrow assessment of hospice access to capital and profit margins that do not reflect the unique contributions our members make to their communities, nor the challenges that you face in your markets. With respect to the aggregate cap, NPHI maintains its position that Congress should eventually phase in a reduction of the cap and apply a wage adjustment. The application of the wage adjustment should and would only be contingent on broader reforms to the calculation of the wage index to ensure that no county rate falls below its rural rate in the state. And finally, as a reminder, members can complete the NPHI Medicare audit intake form online or via a Word document. The link to the survey is included in this alert, and please visit the member portal to access the Word document. Thank you. This has been the policy update for March 12th through March 18th.